Let's get all sorted. I'm James.
And I'm Jeff. And I think we should just get right into where we left off last week and talk some more modular buildings.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, James.
Let's get back right into it.
Yeah, so they went all out in 2012 with the beautiful, beautiful town hall. And this one, I didn't even see it in my local LEGO store.
No.
And if I had, I would have snapped it instantly as I'm in love with this one.
At 2,700 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it was dwarfing a lot of the other stuff going on in the city at that point. And wow, there's a lot of stuff here.
There's a lot of stuff here, for sure.
Beyond the awesomeness of the orange.
Yes. It's it looks like an 1891 North American building to me.
With our wide-ranging architectural knowledge.
Yeah, again,
we can ascertain clearly this is of the time period.
We are the experts.
Yes, so we say.
Yeah.
Thus it is. And yeah, I like the little story. You got a couple that's gotten their marriage license.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crazy dude who keeps the place clean. What else you got going on?
Gotta have that.
And there is somebody sleuthing with a large magnifying glass.
Or is that a camera?
Is it a camera?
That they're taking a photo of the
of
the bride and groom.
Oh, that
Camera.
could be it. We don't have this one in front of us, so I don't know. It probably is.
I'm gonna say camera.
Oh, that ruins it for me.
You want a mystery.
I want a mystery. This was like a pre-Scooby-Doo nod. That's what's going on.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. And the mayor, I want him to be like an incompetent mayor who's just kind of bewildered by everything.
You want to be in the pocket of big tobacco.
Yes.
Right? Using funds for his own nefarious needs, is that?
And his father and his father's father were all mayors of this place. They've all worked in town hall since 1891.
In fact, their last name is Town. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's Mr. Town of the Town Towns. And they've actually named the building after his family.
That makes sense.
I think that's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I love how big this building is. I love it. There's a lot of studs on the inside. There's not a lot of features. There's some walls for some buildings, walls for some rooms. The building also has walls. I'd like to point this out.
So the story is going to take place in the outside. There's not within City Hall or Town Hall. There's not a lot going on.
I mean, there's things going on for sure with the matting, the pictures and everything. But it looks not quite finished, which is crazy to say with 2,700 pieces.
Right.
But and I think I'm applying the modern Lego aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Although again, that's only 5 years ago. So. But it's a pretty building.
It's from the outside, it's
the
phenomenal.
Columns, just that color.
The first time I saw it in person was actually at my local Lego store, but not for sale because it had been sold out when the Back to the Future set came out, the DeLorean.
Right.
They had set up a beautiful display with Doc Brown trying to attach a cable.
That is beautiful.
To the clock tower. And that made me more sad than anything I can imagine that I didn't have it in my life.
Well, now being able to tie the town to your Back to the Future sets, that's beautiful. I love that emerging story.
Yeah, I think it's always nice when there's something going on. And again, I think that's the issue here is it's a beautiful building. There's not a lot of story, not a lot of narrative.
You know what, though? There's a lot of hard work going on in there, Jeff. It's not easy running a town. There's a lot of paperwork. There's people getting it done. They're the real heroes.
You're right.
The bureaucrats and administrators.
And you got to say, like, if you look at Lego City, the number of dump trucks and garbage trucks and recycling trucks that they have in Lego City, there's got to be a lot of people managing that. You're right.
Exactly.
Logistically, it's got to be...
It can't just be that mayor.
Hard.
Yeah.
I do think that most of the people that live in Lego City are employed by the city as well. Like, is that...
I think
does that work fiscally? Like, how do they...
It's a socialist kind of enterprise.
Right.
This is maybe a communal town.
Right. I think so. That's the political structure here.
Yeah.
So everyone has to pick up the garbage at some point. It's like on a rotational system.
Yeah. It's some kind of free, utopian community. But also...
They're realistic anarchists, right? They're like, everybody should do what they need to do.
Yeah.
What they want to do, but you also have to do what needs to be done.
Exactly.
Right. I can see that.
Yeah.
Sort of an anarchist collective.
Kind of, yeah. They're not very ecological, though. There's not, because of the lack of green space so far. Like, they just need a big park. I think you'd have to build your own parks in between some of these buildings to green spaces up so they could be like, green,
now I want to build a nice park.
Green anarchists.
I agree.
There should be.
With like a fountain, maybe?
Totally. Like, between Town Hall and, say, like, I don't know, the next thing over, which maybe the fire brigade, you need to have like a whole green space.
You think the fire hall would be near City Hall, right?
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in between, there's like a beautiful park where people can come, like the bureaucrats go at lunchtime and they go loiter in the park.
Yeah, where you could drink your coffee you got from the cafe corner.
Well, and buy your drugs from the
market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way.
yeah.
Yeah, where's that kid going to take his ice cream cone
So that's
that he
what,
got out in front of the Emporium?
exactly.
You know?
They need to bring,
Not into the mall, I'll tell you that.
we need a big green space.
All right.
I want like a central park. That's what they need.
Yeah, I agree.
Like but like with sculptures and like cool stuff in the park. Like
It'd be nice to have a little lake with a
French park.
bridge over it, and then green on either side.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Why are we not building this?
Because we're talking about.
Oh,
it.
yeah, right,
All right.
right,
Okay. Yeah. Next up,
What are
my
you gonna
goodness.
do? What are you gonna do with your spare time in this place?
Well, obviously, you can't just shop or get married, or work for the fire department, which are the only options thus far.
Yeah.
I'd say it would be really nice if there was some sort of movie theater.
Yeah, exactly. A place where I can just go and relax and loiter further.
That should be like a palace.
Absolutely.
But not a European palace.
No, more like a Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is legally distinct from Grauman's Chinese theater
Yes, absolutely.
in LA.
In every way, shape, and form.
Yes.
Except architecturally and
Thematically.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice when they thought, hey, let's put a theater in, like as part of the city. And then what they were like, thematically, what are we going to do? We only have one option. We have to go with the gaudiest, boldest thing we could.
They did nail it.
They nailed it.
They did absolutely nail it.
Yeah.
The roof on this is phenomenal. The details around the windows on the second floor are fantastic, with the arches and then the round window. It's a great
windows. Yeah, that's really nice.
If you're gonna have windows that go directly into where you're watching the movie,
Exactly.
that's I think the way to do it.
I think so. You need some shade.
Yeah.
And what's showing is, I guess, the big question.
So they have a horror movie called The Brick Separator.
Oh,
Yeah.
horrifying.
I'm trying to think of what the other ones are now. It's a pretty nice little theater. I know my kids often stare at the one. I had because Chris Pratt has a lot of minifigures made from him, and he is a movie star. I have Chris Pratt trying to buy a ticket 3 times as Star-Lord and Emmett from the Lego Movie and as Owen from Jurassic World.
That makes sense.
So that's who was standing out in front of my movie theater.
Beautiful.
There's Forever Sorting, a romantic comedy.
Forever sorting.
Yeah, and Mystery on the Monorail.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's what I often... Yeah, again, it's always got to be a mystery.
But showing tonight is 3 Clicks and a Snap, starring Minnie Figure.
It's so
Minnie. I don't think you're getting it, James.
No.
Because
it's so many layers.
The actress would be a minifigure?
So many layers. Shut.
Okay. I wish you got it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. And terrible all at once.
I think they did a great job in this. You buy your tickets through the little window. You've got a great door to walk through. It feels like a grand entrance.
I love that your usher's actually wearing white gloves.
Yes, the usher's wearing white gloves, which is phenomenal. You can get a Slurpee. Very important. You get slushy, popcorn. Overall, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
It's quite an exclusive theater, as they have 6 total seats.
Well, that seems about right, because what percentage of your population is at the theater at any one point? That's actually a way of managing the town so that you have some people doing something sometime. Mm-hmm. If it fit all the citizens, I mean, there's dozens of people that live here. If you had all of those dozens of people all at once, watching movies, the place wouldn't function.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way.
I think the mayor has something to do with this.
And it's true, when your entire monetary system is based on one bill and one coin,
yeah,
I think you kind of do need to limit access.
And this, because the town over the years, it took about 6-7 years, but the town started getting very international. They thought, hey, we shouldn't just go with the the Chinese theater look. We should also maybe get ourselves a Parisian restaurant.
I think so, because
that
if you're going to go
logical.
out on a date,
Yeah,
you need to do dinner and a movie.
exactly.
Pro tip: don't just shell out for a hot dog at the movie theater. That's not a date.
Tip.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to quickly go back to the cinema for a sec, because this is where they they actually have a plot here because we've got a stretch limo with the drivers. We got a photographer. So this is minifigure showing up at the premiere of her own movie. So there is an actual.
There's a
storyline.
Okay.
Which is very important, and they continue the storylines into the Parisian restaurant.
Nice.
This may have been my favorite build, the Parisian restaurant of the modulars that I have. I might say that about all of them, actually. This one was a lot of fun. There's a lot going on here from the ground floor, which has some really nice plants happening, some nice greenery. This might be the only greenery in the town, so I think you'll appreciate it on the Parisian restaurant. Beautiful arched entryway to the Parisian restaurant, and the kitchen was ridiculous fun to build as well. I think because I enjoy cooking, it looks like a functional kitchen.
There's a knife.
There's a knife.
There's a pie.
There's food.
It's got a bottle of something.
There's stacked up dishes. There's dishes to be done. Yeah, there's work, rolling pin. Like, it feels like
life is
going to do
here.
something. Yeah, and the whole ground floor, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the whole ground floor, there's not a lot of studs showing, which is the way it should be.
It's classy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love that, the idea of having a little seated area in the back. Yeah. It's just, it's definitely, they put a lot of details in here, and it has it looks as elegant as you would want. And then also the part count, again, kind of staying at 2,400 parts. So there's a lot of little details here, which really is what, for me, makes it. I love the architectural work of the top. You've got a seashell and looks like a croissant.
Yeah, 2 white croissants on the seashell inside of a like hubcap.
That's beautiful.
Or a rim. What are those called? Fender.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
That's pretty inspired. That's well done.
And you put them together, and it looks like they were meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And and then you've got more, because you've got if you are a budding artist, you could live anywhere, but wouldn't you want to live in the top floor of a Parisian restaurant?
Right. Well, the sense of the cooking wafting up takes you away from town and puts you in Paris. So you can truly go to your calling
and do your geometric abstract art.
Yeah.
Color blocks.
Exactly.
Very, very bold choices.
Well, I feel like that's the style in 2014 in town. Here.
I think so. I think that's that artist really captured the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, they get upset with the height of the Paris restaurant, as it's a bit of a shorter one overall.
Right.
Parisian.
Yeah, but it seems like it's not going to be ostentatious. It's going to be cozy. I mean, I guess the thing is, for the part count, they went with detail. They went with story. They went with really building something that's more, not just a facade and has a lot going on. You can't do that without compromising somewhere, and height's going to be where you lose, unless you want this to be like, a 3,200 piece set.
Which I think people would want.
But they wouldn't want to pay for it.
But I think you start limiting your market more and more, sure.
The price tag would have went up substantially, so.
Yes. And they gave you a scooter, which is important if you're going to have a Parisian restaurant.
I think so.
Yeah, because nothing says stereotype. A lot going on in that one, which is nice. So there's definitely a story. And then that gets us to, what year are we now? 2015.
Well, I think the mystery has been continuing all these years.
Yes.
We're 8 years in. But we might be closer to getting some solutions because we've got a new person in town here.
That's right. The detective's office. Now, this is where they said, that's it. We're going full in with the story.
Yeah.
We're not going to build another modular where the story is not baked right in. And yep, I went with a pun, if you know the story. And so in this one, they have a detective's office above like a billiard bar. Billiard bar? Is that even a name? Is that even a thing? Am I making up a business idea?
What do they call those? A billiards?
But
is it I don't know. I don't know what you call it. A place.
A pool hall.
A pool hall. That's
there we go. Yeah. It's a pool hall. See?
Yeah, the Highlander.
This detective has one mystery to solve, and that mystery is, how are people getting baked goods?
Detective Ace Brickman?
Yep, as sugar has been outlawed apparently in Lego City. Yes, he's got to figure it out. And oddly, in a town that only has 12 total buildings and only 11 when this one, or no, 10 when this one came out, he still couldn't figure out that it's the woman he loves right next door to him, who's been doing the baking right under his nose. And that's weird because You think that smell would waft. Like, how bad does his office smell?
Yeah.
That it's not, the waft is not getting to him, you know?
Well, if he had a nose.
I'm thinking that's his cat, and he doesn't change the litter box. That might be what's
the
happening.
Overpowering ammonia.
He got that cat from the pet store.
He's also got a water tank above his place, so maybe there's something going wrong there.
Could be. Maybe there's. I don't know how a water tank would cause a problem.
I don't know. It's just been sitting because they don't drink.
Because they're plastic.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I don't know. Between that and his lack of a nose, maybe it's making it. Yeah, and the cat. It's a lot of factors. It's allowing this to happen.
Yes.
Right under his lack of nose.
Lack of nose. That is a good point. They don't have a nose. No. That's a very good point. So that would explain the lack of waft affecting.
But I don't know why they would like sweet baking then.
Because the tongue would still taste the sweet. But yes, it would be muted.
It'd be very...
I mean, to be fair, they also can't open their mouths. So really... We might be overthinking this at this point.
No, Jeff, deeper. So maybe we've misread this. Maybe this is all a sugar laundering scheme.
Maybe that's not cocaine. Maybe that's the sugar. They're refining the sugar that she's using.
What? Illegal sugar refinery.
But anyway, yes, she's laundering the sugar into the pool hall via the barbershop. It seems actually all very unnecessarily complicated.
With this few establishments in town, I think you kind of have to make it unnecessarily complicated just for fun.
I think that's true.
It's just like liven it up. I went to the theater. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to make my boring life complicated.
I do. So they nailed the detailing on this one. I love that it's not just one building in a rectangular box. They've got the pool hall with the detective's office on one side. They got a little alleyway between. I
like that.
Yeah, they've got the beautiful blue building that the lady in red does her nefarious operation in, and the barbershop. Just great details throughout. The pool table in the pool hall is quite nice, a nice little build. The barbershop itself has really nice detailing. The detective's office looks like what a detective's office would look like in my mind.
I think the brickwork looks this building looks more like the upstairs more dilapidated than say the fire hall. Like it looks like, okay, it's just a really simple, like they've differentiated between these styles of architecture a little bit. Yeah. So they've still made it look like brick, not Lego brick, but make it look, it's okay. This isn't, a high quality building. Although the downstairs looks really nice, like falling through those green, what do you call those things? Awnings.
Yeah.
They've tied that in with the other one. That had green awnings, and I love those
green grocer.
The little columns with what is that piece called?
Finials at the top.
Yeah,
I
love that.
Man, we're really preprepared to talk about architecture today, aren't we? We've got all our vocabulary.
We've got all the books out. I love the shears on Al's sign.
Yep.
There's a lot of really cool little details that it's one of those things that like, at a glance you don't almost notice them until you really lock in on an area, and that's kind of what it should do. It should have a kind of this. Just a homogeneous classiness.
Yes.
Like the whole thing looks elegant, and then you don't know why, but it just does. And then you start looking at the details. And you go, oh, okay, now I get it. But it's effortless. It's not having to go, hey, look at here. It's just so much going on.
For sure.
I really love this set.
Hey, so there's a barber pole outside of Al's barbershop. You know how barber poles came to exist, right?
I do not.
Okay.
Tell me about this.
This is some more useless information provided by Jeff.
Okay.
So back in the day, that's my way of saying a long time ago. I don't know the exact dates.
Yeah.
Barbers used to be in the medical profession.
Right. Of course.
Right. They would bleed you.
Right.
Right. Because you had too much bile or too much blood. The humors in the body. Right. That's what they were working with. Phlegm, bile, blood.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you were sick, it was because you had too much of something. So they would bleed you. And then they would use the towels to mop that up, and then they would wash the towels, but of course they'd still be red, and they'd hang them outside to dry on a pole, and they'd get wrapped around the pole, making the pole red and white.
Really?
And that's how barber poles came. Yep.
That sounds like an urban myth.
Nope, that is legitimately it. Look it up. Wikipedia will back me up on this one.
Horrendous.
Yeah. Isn't that insanely weird? And now barbers put them out there.
And then we'd have the fake pole. Yeah, a simulation of the gore of the history of. Oh.
Did someone say I cut hair when it used to be? I do
bleedings.
not surgery because surgeons were different than barbers.
Yeah, it would have been a bleeding.
Yeah,
I'm your leech guy.
That's your fun fact for the day.
Ugh. Well,
Yeah, let's move on. I agree.
so when you get bored after you've gone and got bled at Al's,
Yes.
you dizzily walk around and what do you think to yourself? You're like, I should go make a withdrawal at the
Afraid of withdrawal. I should apply for a loan.
Yeah, well, there you go. I want
Yeah.
to build something new in this town. I should get a loan, a business development loan.
So yeah, let's go to the bank. I remember when this was first announced, people were not happy with the color scheme with the sand green windows and the tan. I love it.
Well, it has the conservative look of a bank. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like banks look kind of they're trying to look classical and brutal at the same time.
Yes.
And like a bank is never trying to just be just one of those things. It's trying to say, "Hey, we're elegant, but don't break into us."
Yes. And we're powerful but friendly.
Exactly.
Right, trying to get that
difficult
across.
to do that.
But to me, the green, what it really is those are brass windows that have oxidized.
Right. Okay.
Right, and you get that green color, but they don't want to clean it because the brass would be too ostentatious. That's my take on it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That kid's an older timey.
That's my take.
The window washers, he's tied up at the other building anyway. You're not going to get him over here.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a long way to go.
Yeah.
I do the entryway to the bank with the beautiful sort of angel sculpture-y thing above the door. Fantastic. I don't know. I think they're taking better care of the tree at the
This
fire
one
hall
seen
than
better
this one.
days.
It seems to be weeping. I don't get it. It's not like it can be sad about the money that's being printed because it's not wood anymore. It's not paper. It's all plastic, right?
And what time is it there? It says is it just about 3:00?
Yeah. So the bank's about to close down. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of a day. It's hot out. They haven't been taking care of the tree. What else is going on here? What's next door to it around the corner?
So then they have a laundromat.
Of course they do.
A very important
and I
laundromat.
love how they use a pair of legs on that.
The pants, yes.
The pants, I mean. Yeah, that's awesome.
So you could look at that as a sign, or you could look at it as the owner trying to shame people who forget to take all their belongings with them.
Right, yeah.
It's one of those two things, but it looks
fantastic.
pretty awesome. And the bench outside, the bench is definitely improved over the initial benches that they would have. Yeah, there's a lot going on over here. Inside the bank, we have, of course, tellers. You got to have that, and some steps up to the offices upstairs. And then, of course, you have a super secure vault,
Obviously.
where nothing bad could ever happen.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the laundromat's just a small little laundromat.
Yeah.
You know, gives you what you need to
Get the job
clean
done. Yeah.
Again, though, if you're Lego, like, wouldn't just a hose work? Like, do you need to go to a laundromat, or can you just go to the fire hall?
Maybe it's all exactly. Hey Jim, I got some stuff on my thing here. Could you? Shh. Yep, done.
And then upstairs, I love that there's sort of a receptionist for the bank manager, and the bank manager's office is very old school bank with the green and the sort of brass and green table lamp, and then just some money and a letter lying on the desk, like your average bank manager does.
The hard thing is it's hard to make without having like a big heist story going on. It's hard to make a bank really exciting.
Right, which is why they have a heist story going on.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. I think Lego also realized that same problem.
Yeah.
So what I love is the laundromat is there just as a front.
It makes sense.
Yeah, because if you're going to steal money from the bank and then you want to spend it, what do you have to do first, James?
Oh.
What do you have to do first?
You got to take it to the fire hall and have it hosed down?
No.
No?
I tried to lead you right up to it.
Right, you put it in your pants and then you get your pants cleaned?
Come on, James.
You're going to...
Say the words, James. Say it.
I don't want to do it,
Say
Jeff.
the terrible pun.
Are you going to launder your money?
Yeah, you are.
Snare drums just went off everywhere.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great that we have a criminal.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough criminals in Lego. I like that we have a criminal that's not wearing a prison suit.
Right.
Which is, I feel like...
Yeah.
Like, come on, Lego criminals. Quit wearing the beanies and the prison suit. Like,
they're dressing for the occasion. They're like, I'm going to prison.
why are you doing everybody's job for you?
Yeah.
Right? But, the criminal can climb down the ventilation shaft.
That's nice.
Break into the vault, and then pass the money through the laundromat in an unnecessarily complicated plan.
Yeah.
Because why would you go down the ventilation shaft if there was access to the vault through the washer in the laundry facility? Couldn't you just... Could you just crawl in that way?
Despite the, awesome plot of this, I wonder if it's just really hard to make a bank exciting. Like, who looks forward to going to the bank?
Well, especially if you're marketing to children.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any amount of plot you could have given this thing to maybe spice it up for some people. It's
Also,
just a difficult.
But you know what? This might be novel for people that collect Lego, particularly expensive buildings like this, because I can tell you, I don't have any money in the bank. It's all in Lego. So why not have a Lego bank? People are like, do you have any money in the bank? Yeah, I spent $200 on the bank.
There it is.
It's right over there.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I don't know.
It looks awesome.
It does look awesome, but I also do feel somewhat indifferent to it. But I like the story. I really like the story going on with this one. That kind of is what sells me on it more than the build itself.
Yeah, I'll say.
But then, you know, again, it's like every time they get a reaction, they have to have a comeback. And, you know, we said, oh, do you start bloating up to 3,000 pieces? No, Jeff, you don't want to go to 3,000 pieces. You want to kick it up to 4,000 pieces.
That's right.
Because why wouldn't you do that? They went big.
Well, same as so yeah, they realized, okay, this is the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Let's do it up right.
Yeah.
Right. There was a lot of speculation. Is this going to be a hospital finally? Right.
That would make sense.
It's a lot of demand for a dentist office in a Lego modular, which I don't understand the love of the dentist.
Well, given that, banks and dentists, those are places I don't want to spend time.
But I think they really outdid themselves with Assembly Square here. It's a beautiful nod to a lot of what's happening.
It's an extravaganza.
Right? We've got the yellow and white awning, which was in the first modular. Thank you. Corner Cafe. Just completely lost my mind. You've got the brick of the detective's office. You've got the sand green of the corner grocer.
Right.
What's that called? Green grocer.
Green grocer.
Yeah, green. You think I would get there?
And those green touches do show up.
You've got a bit of the roof from the Parisian restaurant, sort of styled in the green in it as well. Just really lovely altogether.
They must have had a lot of fun picking their favorite elements and just tying this whole thing together. It's a big bow. There's so much going on here.
Yes. And just the details don't stop. I mean, we've got a lady with a baby carriage, except this time she's not a crazy person and actually has a baby.
Well, that's an upgraded baby carriage as well. Like she's like, no, I'm living in 2017. This is a brand new. This is a top of the line baby stroller.
For sure, and it is a top of the line. It looks awesome, and it's nice as a baby. We got the wedding cake for the people getting married at the town hall. One of the rooms, you can tell they're a Lego collector. In one of the apartments.
That's awesome.
As they've got some Lego sets they're building, an Eiffel Tower, and a beautiful, one of the boxes is an old modular building as well,
cool.
which is very, very cool.
Yeah.
As it's a corner cafe, right? So she's got, in the most recent set, is a copy of the first set that started it all. And I think that's
very cool.
That's phenomenal. They get the dentist office inside, because you've got to have a dentist office.
Yeah, there's looking at all the roof details. Yeah, I love it. It's really what you would expect in terms of just. Yeah, it's not a big monolith. It's got so much complexity going on. The detailing of the blue on that building.
Yep.
The windows.
The
are
bay
gorgeous.
windows.
They differentiated between all of them and yet tied it all together.
With a fountain in the middle. It looks like a celebration.
It does.
And it is a celebration. And I agree. I think the designers really had a lot of fun putting this together.
It's hard to know where to look.
Yeah.
Like that street post, there's all these.
Gotta have the lamppost. Yep.
Yeah. It's beautiful tie-ins to the other sets. Yeah, that fountain is huge because it really does bring because you see the building and then you see the people outside and you're like, but what are they doing outside? Like, there's nothing. I guess you have to create that action. That's left to you, the builder. But this gives them more reason to be outside. It's like outside is actually a nice place. It's not just all going on inside.
And yet inside is packed with details, with the bakery and with the flower shop and the cafe. You got your dentist office, just a lot. Every floor has something fun happening. So I don't know. I think they really outdid themselves. I have no idea how they're going to top this next year.
That's what I was just thinking. Where do they go from here? I mean, especially if they see that there's an appetite. The price point is definitely up there. I think US it's high 200s, and if at 4,000 pieces, are they going to see if this is given the aftermarket that people are paying, maybe people are willing to pay for stuff on original prices that's a bit higher if the builds are just enormous. Like it's does anyone have the shelf space for this? Do you have the room to put all of your modulars in now?
I do not.
You need one.
Yes.
It's bananas, especially if they keep getting this big.
Yes, I look online at some of the videos people have of their full-on Lego towns, which seem to stretch for miles, and they've got all the street plates that they're on, and
That's awesome.
It just makes me, I don't even know if jealous is a strong enough word.
No.
Yeah, but I'd love to find out.
You need a bigger house for your houses.
Yeah, and I think I would be okay with getting a bigger house for my houses just to have more houses. I think that's a good question. What is the future of the Lego Modular? I think one of the problems they have is they're still lacking some very basic services.
Yes.
Right? I would love to see a full-on police station, like a classic, stereotypical New York police station with holding cells in the bottom and offices and a sort of a bullpen area. I would be so all over that because my Lego Batman needs to stand on the top of a building and look menacing.
He can't always be over at Prison Island.
No, he can't. It's not epic enough for Lego Batman.
No.
So I think that's a necessity. So give us a police station because we got fire already.
Yeah.
I think a hospital could be very cool.
I think so too. A hospital would be. There's a lot of humor that could be built into that.
Right.
Like,
look, there's the Lego Cancer Wing. Is that what you're thinking? Is that not?
That's terrible.
Oh, you're thinking actual humor, not terrible darkness.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, those are different things, Jeff.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got so many elements now because there's Lego crutches and there's Lego wheelchairs and there's lots that they can do.
Totally.
Lego. How about a modular school?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are these children spending all day?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you have a little playground in front of it.
It's Saturday every day in this place. We need a school. It's not always Saturday.
I think a Lego park would be nice. There's lots of mocks of Lego construction sites where they're building a building, which
would be very cool.
I mean, on my way to your house today, I think I passed like 8 places under construction, and it's a 3-block trip.
Exactly.
So. I don't think there's too many places out there where there's not a lot of construction going on.
No, it's true. There's so many cool things you could do.
How about a Lego condemned building?
A Lego condemned building.
A Lego park, like you said, I think would be fun, but I don't know if they could get the part count up enough to make it worthwhile.
Oh, you could do it.
Yeah.
You could do it. It's just got to get, no. But again, whether or not people actually want that.
Yeah,
you could have a skate park in the park.
That could be fun.
Think of what's in a park, like sculptures, skate park.
So can you say park again? Because I like the way you say park. Because if you're Canadian, you might think that James is from the East Coast. He is not.
No,
he just has a problem with words park and car.
Have hard R's.
He sounds very East Coast.
No.
Park.
You could have a dog.
A dog park?
I can't say it now.
No, I've given him a complex.
A dog park.
A dog park.
Park. I don't know. How do you talk? I don't know them words.
Think about talking more, James. It's going to work really well for you.
Oh, yeah. There could be a dog park. There could be a pond, like a duck pond.
I like the idea of a pond with a bridge over it and green all around it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But how do you connect in mod? I'm sure you could do it.
And people getting mugged because that's what happens in parks. Yeah.
Yes, a guy wearing a police outfit be like, "That's the bad guy."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Done. Avoid him.
I don't know what else is out there, but I think the basic services of health, security, and education are definitely missing from the Lego City.
And they must know it, but they've got years to do it. I mean, they've been around for 10 years, so they've got a lot of, they just take their time.
We don't need another place to buy a drink or a pastry, okay?
This is true. Yeah, there you go, Lego. Let's establish that.
Yes.
But I think, a company like Lego can take the long view right now. They've got, the luxury of doing that. They've got a long history themselves. They can go, this place has got history and it's going to take a long time to build it all out.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. And they do keep me excited for every January. And that's important.
Exactly.
And I like the pace. If they start doing 2 or 3 a year, it's going to be...
No one can afford that.
Well, there
That's
are people
another-
that can, and
Well,
I'm very jealous of those
But
people.
the bulk of your builders, I don't think would be happy with that.
No, you'd have to start.
You'd oversaturate.
You'd
the
have to
market.
start making choices to not buy other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect. And it'll be interesting to continue speculating about what they're going to do next year to wow this. I don't know how they top this.
I don't know how to top this. It's visually interesting, narratively cool, with lots of nods to your customers that have kept the line going for the 10 years.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Lego Modulars. If you have any speculation, I love rampant speculation.
Oh, it's the best.
You want to guess what they're going to do next, or you want to say what they should do next, you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Still Sorting.
And if you want to go to the site, see the show, well, there will be no show notes, but if you want to go and yell at us on the web, over at breakingdads.com.
BreakingDads.com.
I think it's still breakingdads.com.
Awesome.
All right, until next time, I've been James.
And I'm still Jeff.